Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Jackie Lacey. I'm incredibly fortunate today to have a design that I entered in a competition this past weekend that I competed in called the Gateway to the Americas Cup that was held in conjunction with the Florida State Floral Association convention in Orlando. There were 16 competitors, and let me tell you, it was some of the top-notch designers from around the world, so competition was stiff. I was very fortunate to win the Fern Trust portion of the competition, and I have the design here today because I thought it was a great opportunity for us to talk about manipulating foliage. We see in the market today a trend towards all foliage designs, not adding any floral product, and we're seeing that a lot in commercial because it will last and hold up, and they can sort of extend their investment in that particular design, and it fits into the popularity of today's market looking for those natural, unfussy designs. This is the piece that I entered, and there were several different components when it came to the particular foliages that we had to use, and that was one of the rules: no flowers, it could be only foliage. Other than that, we could pretty much do anything we wanted to do as long as we used this particular container, which is provided by Accent Decor. One of the first things that I thought that I wanted to do when I was working on the concept for this design, when the product was presented to us, I looked at it and I really wanted to keep everything inside the container. So I wanted to look at what was available, what I could use, and what could I do to make this stand out. Line is incredibly important in every design. It's one of the first things that I look for as an evaluator to make sure that it's strong. And I knew that I wanted to center this particular design with the fresh bamboo. I don't think we use fresh bamboo enough. And I also wanted to make it look like I had just gone out and picked this right away or cut it off the branch. So I actually glued some of the Israeli ruscus to give the appearance of the bamboo still having that fresh foliage on. Although it's not like the bamboo foliage that you actually see when it's growing, because those are long and narrow, it does give that appearance that it's still growing in the particular design. I also wanted to manipulate some of the foliage, as I did with this piece of ruscus, and stripped it off because it adds that really sharp, distinct line, and it helps create that vertical appearance when everything else is weighted down. We also added in some of the roses that were created from braiding the lily grass. We added gold bear grass, which I cut into strips about like this, taping each end and then working it over the top of each other to give that great texture within. You really kind of want to look down in there and see what's underneath. Also created a great orb using the plumosa and the leather leaf that was provided by binding it around with some of the paper covered bind wire to just control it a little bit. Then we took the leaves that we pulled off of the Israeli ruscus and we created a garland so it kind of carries your eye down and around the container. The last thing that I did was to really add emphasis, and it was to strip the foliage off the plumosa so that it gives this free, sort of light and airy aspect. And this is sort of an action to reaction of the tall vertical, sort of pulling your eye back down. When you look at foliages that you've got, think about manipulating them to give a fresh and updated look. The aspidistra was cut into strips and bound together to give a round appearance rather than just that one broad leaf. Look for options when it comes to foliage. But remember, in today's market, you might have someone ask for an all foliage design, or you might consider doing that for some of your commercial customers because it will last so much longer, give them great value for the money. Look at manipulation and how can I add emphasis to some of the everyday designs that I do. Add some of these components and I think you'll be surprised by the reaction. Hope you enjoyed this, and join us again next time for Design Time. If you enjoyed the video that you just saw and you want more, click the subscribe button to see more videos.